Good morning, everybody. Hope you had a wonderful weekend. And I know here in Chicago we had some great weather, so we were able to get out and enjoy the weather a little bit and outside a little bit. And wanted to start this week off with news from IAI, the International Association of Interviewer. I get a lot of phone calls from individuals about IAI, CFI, and I thought it'd be a good time to kind of differentiate between the two, as well as make some announcements this morning. First, IAI, International Association of Interviewers, is the association that manages the CFI designation, the Certified Forensic Interviewer designation. So the CFI is the designation. You took an exam, you proved up, you've earned that designation, and then IAI runs that. Obviously, a close association with WZ, in that WZ provides the prep material as well as the prep seminar that we do in person or virtually. The announcement I wanted to make was we have some very good news. This morning we're starting the CFI exam will now be online in that you can take it at home. There will be a proctor. You must have a camera, that kind of stuff, but we still make sure the integrity of the test is good. But we did try it last week with a few test takers, and we had probably about 5 or 6 people earn the CFI last week using the testing system online. So we wanted to announce that to you. Well, there'll be more information coming soon. But I also wanted to let you know some other opportunities for all of you this coming week and month. The IAI chapters are very active in remote training. In fact, what they're doing tomorrow, the Midwest chapter, IAI Midwest chapter, is doing an hour on phone interviewing, and anybody can attend that. And then also, in fact, I'm going to send a link here if anybody wants more information on that kind of stuff. You've also got the Northeast chapter on June 2nd. What they're doing is prepping witnesses. And the prepping witnesses are going to be presented by 2 CFIs. And we also have interviewing in a COVID world. So we'll be presenting that at the Northeast chapter also. Remember, anyone can attend and register. You do not have to be an IAI member or a CFI. One other thing I'll mention is during these chapter meetings, even though they're done remotely, you will have the opportunity to earn scholarships. There'll be scholarship giveaways if you're attending those events. Other things that IAI is doing, we had webinars every month. Last week, in fact, we did one with Joe Wolf, a CFI, who did one on emotional intelligence and rapport building. Next up, we have one on June 15th with building rationalizations. You can access all the past webinars as an IAI member and attend those webinars as an IAI member. June has the CFI Insider coming up with a ton of great articles. In fact, I've gotten a ton of articles on remote interviewing, but there's also some other topics that we'll make sure that we release in that journal. And again, you have access to that, to the website that I listed over in the chat box. And then just remember, as I get a lot of phone calls, people are at home, worried about their financial situation, if they're not working, things of that nature. We'll work with you. IAI will work with you to earn your CFI designation and do pretty much whatever we can do and you can do to get you to that designation that you want. We are pretty excited, I got to admit. You can now do everything from your couch, right? From the online prep material, studying online, to the prep seminar being virtual, and then finally taking the exam on your couch. It's pretty exciting news, and I hope everybody's excited as I am on that. Tip to give you if you are studying, and anything that you're studying, not just the CFI exam, but make sure you're scoring a 90% on each chapter, and you should be good to go for that exam. One other thing, I've had a bunch of calls from people that have been furloughed or laid off. There are needs for interviewers out there. If you look at your state level, the trace interviewing needs, it's a lot of cognitive interview, which, as you know, is CFIs. If you already are one, that's part of the exam. So there's a lot of information out there and need for that trace interviewing. And then finally, just as we wrap up, wanted to make sure everybody has a great week. We have a great lineup on our coffee breaks this week with a special guest on Thursday, or at least I consider her a special guest. And then finally, I want to make sure and wish everyone a great Memorial Day weekend. And as I see here, Well, we already have one that took the virtual CFI exam last week, and it was a great process. Thank you for mentioning that. And then finally, everybody have a great Memorial Day weekend. Enjoy your day off next Monday, and we'll get back to it probably not next Monday, but Tuesday. But in the meantime, enjoy the coffee breaks this week. And pull out my coffee mug. It's the same one I always use, right? Life's an adventure. And if this doesn't prove it right now, I don't know what will. Have a great week, everybody.